Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and we have something really cool to check out today. Not an actual review, just a box full of goodies I just received from my good friend Dinomikemak. I had asked him to acquire a few Takara Tomy figures for me that I was looking for, because they have a lot more in the area he lives than what we get here. So I was really interested in quite a few different figures, and he was super cool as always and searched them out for me and hooked me up with them. But he also threw in some extra stuff, as well as a figure that I sent a trade, for, and it's something I've wanted for so long, and I now have in my collection, so that's really great news. So I wanted to bring all this stuff in rather than me continue to babble. Let's start bringing it all in. So the first thing here I already unwrapped because I was too excited. I really wanted to see it for the first time in person, is this. And if you are familiar with what these are, this is the Legacy Collection set that had come out from Mattel. It was like very briefly released and, didn't have much of a shelf life. It never came here to the United States as far as I'm aware. I think China actually might have been one of the very few places to acquire this, and it's obviously Alan Grant. He's got the bag there. The bag actually includes the raptor eggs and a female raptor that was meant to kind of be the Jurassic Park 3 female velociraptor. Again, Legacy Collection is where this came out from, and it never made it here to the U.S. as far as I'm aware, and at the time I was like, okay, and this is one of the biggest problems with Mattel, is you never know what's going to be popular, what's going to stick around, and what's going to be really hard to get a hold of. This one, I was like, I actually got the Muldoon set, and then I'm like, what, I'm just going to wait to see if this one comes, because to order it from wherever it was, I think it was China, I think it was like $50-some to get it, and I'm like, well, it's just a repainted raptor and a different Alan, so I'm going to wait and see if it shows up at Target. Considering its Legacy Collection, I completely expected it to. It never did, and I've been kicking myself in the butt for not getting it all these years since then, because I have everything from Mattel, all the mainline stuff from Mattel except for this. So it was absolutely killing me. He had mentioned that he had one and he was looking to trade, and I traded him a set of figures that I had for this. So definitely a great deal on my part, something I'm really happy to finally have in my collection. And if you guys would like to see a review of this set, I will put one up for you guys. Even though it's really old, it's not something that I clearly reviewed before, and I have almost reviews of everything, I think, of Mattel up on my channel, so I could definitely set that up and get a review up for it if you guys would like to see one. But some of the other stuff I was lucky enough to acquire from Dinomikemak, one of which is this Takara Tomy set, which features a T-Rex, a Pachycephalosaurus, and a Pteranodon. I had actually never seen this set until he had sent me a picture of what was available at his local toy store, and I was like, wow, look at that, I really want to get that set. So that one was one that he grabbed for me. And then here's one that's going to be coming up for review on the channel in the immediate future. We've got the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary set from Takara Tomy, featuring a, two new paint variants of the Raptor and T-Rex, as well as an exclusive Dilophosaurus that hasn't been released before. And that's something I'm really psyched for. Can't wait to pop that open and review it here on the channel. And of course, these other Takara Tomy sets I'll probably review as well. Definitely let me know in the comments section if you guys would like to see reviews of pretty much everything in here, or at the very least, what you would like to see reviews of. And then there was another Takara Tomy set that I also had not seen prior that has a really cool looking version of a T-Rex, a Triceratops, as well as another Velociraptor repaint. And this was another set that I had not seen prior, so I was really intrigued by. Currently, the glare is killing it, but you can kind of see what the figures look like over here on the side. Definitely pretty cool looking. So there was that one that he grabbed for me, as well as a brand new paint variant of their Spinosaurus that was out. I really can't wait to get this one out of the package and take a look at it with you guys. The older one was okay, but I feel like this paint variant is going to be much nicer than the older one was. On top of that, some of the random stuff that he sent me, I had no idea he was including. He actually mentioned this stuff the day that he had shipped it, and he had mentioned that he had found some of this stuff in his storage. And I was like, oh wow, that stuff's really cool, but I didn't know he had actually included it. So straight away you can see we've got a really neat Jurassic Park gate set. I've never seen this before. This was the first time I had ever seen this, and instantly I was like super excited about this because, again, anytime I can get something that's Jurassic Park that I've never seen before, it's a great day. So I was very much so hyped about him including that. On top of that, he also included this, which we can clearly see is yet another Jurassic Park Nano Blocks set, and you can see we've got a Jurassic Park Velociraptor. It also says it's from Universal Studios Japan, which is a place I'll never unfortunately have the pleasure of visiting. And again, something that without his help and without his kindness, I certainly would not have included into my collection because I would have never had a chance to get a hold of it. And there's also another one. He's also got a Pteranodon in here as well. So another really neat set that I'm actually pretty excited about, but I'm unsure if I'm going to open. I don't know if I want to open and build them or keep them in the package. It seems like it's such a waste to not open them and build them, but at the same time, like, it's so cool. I don't know if I want to alter the fact that they're still in the package. On top of that, he also sent me these, which I'm super interested in. That one's running away. I'm definitely going to be opening these because they're really cool kind of capsule Bandai dinosaur figures, and I am like dying to open these, honestly. Like, I haven't done so quite yet since they came because I wanted to film this video, but really want to open those up and check those out. May do a review on those as well. Again, like I said, let me know in the comment section of what you would like to see reviews of. Before I get to the final two things that are in the box, I just pulled this up, and this is something that I was very interested in, and he had actually sent me images of, and I really wanted to look at it a little bit further, and I didn't know he was including this either, but I was really happy he did because this shows off a lot of really neat TNG products that I had actually never knew existed, but it shows off the TNG line almost as a whole, and will show you some TNG figures we never knew, or at least most people probably don't know were coming out. But on top of that, we have these on the other side, and you may recognize some of these if you've actually been a viewer of my channel for a while. I reviewed this and this a long time ago. They were actually released by a different company, and it almost seems as though TNG somehow has now the rights to release these, I guess. I don't know if the other company, it was Dasmir's Toys, I don't know if they sold these to them or what, but they now have them, and it's great because the Carnotaurus and Velociraptor that I had acquired from Dasmir's Toys, as well as the T-Rex and Spinosaurus, which are in here, you'll see as we open this up, they were really cool, and I really wanted to get a hold of all of these others, like the amazing Dilophosaurus and Parasaurolophus, but unfortunately they had decided to stop producing the dinosaur figures, and now I guess TNG owns them, so I'm pretty much dying at this point to find out when they're going to start releasing these because I haven't heard anything so far about them actually showing up in any stores, so really want to get my hands on those. But there's some really neat stuff in here. Again, there's actually a Triceratops that you can see up there. We've also got a white gorilla, a bulldog, a panda, some really interesting stuff, so it's neat to see that TNG is releasing all kinds of things outside of even dinosaurs. There's also some hatching dinosaurs and stuff over here, as we've got a hatching Stegosaurus, Velociraptor, and T-Rex, and then you can see there's also a crocodile egg, a northwestern wolf, and you can see there's a significant amount of animals that will be getting released by TNG, or at least I hope so, and they look really neat as well. I think it opens up a little bit further, yes it does, so we can keep going over and get a look at all of this stuff. Again, really cool stuff, but the dinosaurs are on the opposing side. And now we can get a good look at all the different dinosaurs and stuff that were going to be in the TNG line. And some of these I had actually never even seen until this had arrived. So we've got the two different versions of the Velociraptors. Only one of these so far has released to my knowledge. There's an Allosaurus, which I think is fantastic. I really want to get a hold of that, along with all of this stuff, honestly. The Giganotosaurus, the Carnotaurus. There's a different version of the Spinosaurus from the one that we did get so far from TNG. It's a very different version, more of a Jurassic Park 3 sort of style version of a Spinosaurus. There's also a really neat looking Plesiosaur, the Cryolophosaurus, who we have reviewed already, the Carnotaurus, who I'm dying to review. There's a gorilla, which is basically King Kong, you can see up there. He's kind of hiding up at the top. We've also got the Mammoth, who you can see up there, and the Quetzalcoatlus. We've reviewed both of those on the channel already. And then again, some of the prehistoric mammals, we've also reviewed those here on the channel. But then over here, we get some pretty interesting stuff, as we've got the Triceratops, which I think has released, sort of. Some people have found that, but I don't know where. I'm really wanting to get a hold of it. And same deal with the Ankylosaurus, which also looks really nice. But there's an Oviraptor, which until this I had never seen, or at least until my friend Dinomikemak had sent me an image of it. The Spino, which we have reviewed already. And then, as we move over here, we can now see those larger figures that, like I said, were released originally from Dazmare's Toys, or were supposed to be, because I also have reviewed that T-Rex right there. That T-Rex was something I've had up on the channel here, but you can see there's a Microraptor over there, and they've messed up the names of quite a few of these, because if you look down here at the Spino, it says it's an Edaphosaurus, and no, it's definitely not even close. But there's a baby T-Rex, there's a Stegosaurus, a Pteranodon, and you can see quite a few other species here as we move along, and then back to the first page that we have again with the what is said to be a Torosaurus, but clearly is a Carnotaurus. But so that's really cool. Again, I really hope that a lot of those get released, but it's neat to actually have the little pamphlet here showing off all of those TNG figures. And then the final two things, and this video went way longer than I was expecting it to, are some stuff that I never knew existed until he had again sent me that picture. The Takara Tomy line has begun producing larger dinosaur figures that sport articulation, and you can see we obviously have a Triceratops in the line, and I've already opened this one up a little bit, but there's also a T-Rex in the line as well, and that looks really, really cool. So definitely a ton of really neat stuff. I'll absolutely be reviewing these larger figures from Takara Tomy along with the other sets that we had seen. But just in general, let me know if there's stuff that you guys would like to see reviews of, because there's quite a bit here, and some of it is inevitably going to be up on the channel. Some of it may not be. And again, one huge thank you to Dinomikemak for being the absolute man, hooking me up with all the stuff that I had, asked him to acquire for me, and on top of that, all of these super cool extras and the awesome trade. And also like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.